I'm not doing it. So what happened last night with Switcher? Why it was just off, or what happened? Okay. Well, you have to. Problems with streaming video don't show up right away most of the time. I'm going to mute that. I don't like that echo. Okay. Okay, so we got the live stream going to YouTube. Yeah, it's 11111. That's a shoot name. It's right here. It's right here. It's just five ones, and I figured that would make it easy for everybody. Yeah, we got 2 seconds or less switching. I normally don't see an increase in switching times for about 10 to 15 minutes. So yeah, I mean this is the hard part is I don't have 5 sets of equipment to run tests with. Right, I got 1 set, and so yeah. I mean, if I actually I could run 2 simultaneous tests, but not all Android, not all iOS. So. I mean, this behavior right here, right, which is nominal, right? This is the way it behaves when it's working correctly. This happens almost every time I start a shoot. Now, there were times in temp and especially staging 3 where I would start the shoot and we'd have a blank camera. But I haven't seen that behavior in production now. Yesterday, when Nick and I were testing an all Android shoot, one of his Android cameras dropped. Now he was using the current build from the App Store, which I believe is the same settings as 49. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sophie. Well, the only reason I say that is because this bitrate, both bit rates, video bitrate and audio bitrate, are the same. And that's how I know the settings weren't changed, because I monitored the bitrate. And I'm like, okay, well that is the old settings, because especially the audio bitrate gives it away, right? Because my settings get the audio bitrate down to 96. So. Yeah, it's not going to hurt anything. I mean, Mm-hmm. It's you gotta be. I mean, I was running a test the other day, and I switched 2 of my cameras back to temp, and I left one on a production build, and it worked. And I was like, oh, but still, I don't have that camera on temp, so it's not a good test. So yeah. So you gotta be careful. I mean, you gotta be thorough. Yep, you just go right here. Let's see. logging. Logs. Yeah, so here's the shoot log, right? And if you want the ID, you got to go into your JSON payload, right? And here's your ID right here. So the shoot name will give you certain information, but if you copy and paste the shoot ID, it gives you more information like switching, switch. Yeah, you can see me switching. This what is this? By the way, I've found this several times. It's on my screen. Okay. Yeah, and it happens every once in a while. I guess that's normal. Okay. So anyway, and then we get these sending push notification success or error. Don't know what that is. Yeah, it's nominal. That's happened. That's happened since the beginning. So I'm not worried about that. I look at these from time to time, especially when I have problems. But I can only glean so much information from that, and then I go, "Hey guys." That would be great. I mean, if we had, yeah. Okay, I'll write up a list of things that I would like to see. So like if I go into camera 2 right here, I want to see what's the username for camera 2, right? I get the director name, right? Can I have this guy out here? Can I name him? Any information I get is going to be helpful. But I'll write you a list. Don't worry about it. Okay. Right, and we're 7.5 minutes in. So, I mean, this will probably work fine for. That's a little bit longer. No, it's. If you get a 3-second switch every once in a while, then you get a 3-second switch every once in a while. I'm not concerned about it because if you hit the switch 10 frames before the keyframe, it might switch, it might not. But then you got to wait 50 more frames, which is another 2 seconds. So it's 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds. So at least I kind of understand that part. Yeah, I mean, this seems to be holding fine. Now I can roll forward on the new settings and see what happens there. But like I say, we should be 45 minutes in before we end this test and call it good. Yeah, so I have to leave here in 30 minutes to go to a meeting. Well, I can probably wait 45 minutes before I leave, but I got to pack up too. So yeah, just bring Nick in real quick. If he doesn't answer, he's probably talking to the newspaper. So he's probably not talking to Harry. Man, I tell you what, I feel like a counselor sometimes. I mean, I need a degree in counseling. I really do. Harry calls me up and gripes, and then Nick calls me up and gripes, and then Jagadish calls me up and gripes. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I'm kidding. Yeah, I'll update you. Don't worry about it. I got it. Okay, so I'm gonna run this test for 45 minutes. I'm gonna go do my demo with exactly this, except I'll run Director on either iOS or Android. I don't think the problem lies within the Director application because when I was doing this test on staging 3 and temp, and then finally production. I was testing all three environments, and yeah. Yeah. There he is. Well, now, wait a minute. You're pronouncing that it's working fine, and we're 11 minutes into the test. And like I say, these problems don't show up until a little bit later. And I've seen these problems with this camera version. I tested last night with this camera version. Yeah, yeah. That's what I was testing with last night when I saw the problem. So I don't think it's camera. I don't know what's going on, but I don't think it's camera, right? I don't think it's camera settings. I don't think it's camera version. Okay. Yep, that's it. That's the shoot name right there. With this version, yeah, oh, absolutely. I've tested this for hours. But since and I'm trying to make sure about this, but I think it's correct. Since we introduced 10, that's when I started seeing problems on production. I get it. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. Okay, so what happened last night when switchers stopped working? Because staging 3 did it to me this morning as well. I see. Okay, so I ran a long test for 45 minutes, and then I'd get back in and I'd do another test. And it's not switcher that's not working, it's RTMP that's not working. But what I would get, like say this camera started on the output, I would get that on the output. So it would send that on the output. But if I tried to switch to another camera, nothing happened. Yeah. I don't know. He said he was losing something and went away. That's fine. Okay. I'm gonna run this test with 49, and we can go back and correct me if I'm wrong, Sophie. We can go back and push 49 back into the App Store now. We just have to build it again. Is he still here? Oh, he's on mute. Okay. Yeah, so we can do that, and we can also go back and push back through an Apple version as well. So. Oh yeah. The version number will change, but the settings of the camera will be the same. Yeah. Okay. So if we have to, that's what we'll do. I actually think the same settings are on the Play Store now. So what I can do is after this test and after I get through with my demo, I come back home. Yeah. Oh yeah. Always. Yes, always. It's my procedure. Yes, no problem. I clear the cache, uninstall the program, and then install the new APK. So anyway, what I'll do is I'll clear out all my cameras when I get back from the demo, and then I will. Sometimes it happens so fast I don't even think it's happened. And then I'll load up the camera from the Play Store, and the way I'll be able to tell if the settings are the same or not is this: if that audio bitrate is 200 and this bitrate runs around a meg, right? Then I know that the Play Store version is the same as 49, right? Which I believe it is. I'm not sure what we changed when we pushed this version out. I'll take a look at it, make sure. Yeah. Which one? This one? Oh yeah. Go ahead. Okay. All right. So now we're 18 minutes into the shoot. We're going to see some problems that, they'll start showing up, but we're still at about 2 seconds, I believe. Yeah. So, you just have to run it for a while. So far, this is pretty stable. I haven't noticed anything but about 2.5 second or less switching, which, what we had before. So, but then again, like I say, sometimes it takes, 30, 40 minutes before problems start to arise. So, it's difficult to test. But anyway, I'll keep running this for another, I guess I can leave in 30 minutes. I got to pack up too. So yeah, I'll run it for another 30 minutes. That'll give us a good hour or 45 minutes, 50 minutes. So that should tell us, if we're going to run into any problems or not. Okay. Yeah, still 2. Okay. If I run into any problems, I'll text, but I think you guys are watching. So. And where did Jagadish go? Is he still here? Or did he drop off? Yeah. I think he dropped off. Okay, you guys are good. You guys are watching, and I'll send a text to this call when I'm about to shut down. Yeah. Switcher group. Okay, I'll send the text on the switcher group and let everybody know. Hey, I have to kill the shoot, packing up, and then I'll let you know if I found any trouble or not. Okay. Thanks, guys. Hey. So, yeah, he's still going on about camera, but I'm telling you, it's not camera. I had a test running before that call with my new settings, right? Fine. Uh, and it takes a long time for these things to show up. So that's good, right? Because if it takes a long time for them to show up, and then today after everything, and I get back here, I want us to do a full iOS test. Now, if you want me to do iOS testing, you can hand me your tablet, your iPad, and I could do it that way, and you wouldn't have to worry about it. But I don't. That's tied to all your stuff, so I don't know if you want to do that or not. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, um, so you and I need to do an all iOS test and see if these, and it has to run for 45 minutes. So I have two devices I can use, and if you just do your iPad, not your phone, I think that'll be all right, right? After the demo today. Oh, I got to come by your house and get that letter anyway. So you, yeah, I need you to sign that. Yeah, I need to get it. So anyway, no big deal. But I'll just do it after the demo. After lunch, maybe you can join us for lunch or something. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Well, look, if you gotta leave, just sign the letter and pop it in your mailbox. I can get it. Yeah, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, print it, sign it, then I'll be by to get it. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, we that was weird. So I think he may be right about the RTMP. By the way, I think this may be RTMP related. Uh huh. Well, it says defense mechanism, so you got to let him do it, and then you have to, I have to, not you, I have to go through all the missions to let him know you're wrong. Sorry, take another look. Right? I don't have any choice. I mean, I you know, I've worked with him long enough, not very long, but long enough to know. Okay, and that's why I told him last night. I said, if you want me to go roll back to camera 49, I'll do it right now. And he goes, thanks, Mark. I said, okay, so that's what I did. Right? Oh, you and me both. I mean, I really think so. Right now, I have access to the machine he says I should not have access to. Right? You weren't on the call when this happened, so what they're telling me, because Yabor and I got on the phone this morning and we're troubleshooting, trying to troubleshoot, why switcher is working now when it wasn't working before. And he goes, I don't see anything going on because he was on, the prod server, right? The one that says prod dash switching server, right? And actually the production server is prod 2 dash switcher server, right? Which no one's supposed to have access to, but because I'm like an owner in the Google Cloud, I have access to it. You have access to it as well. So, maybe at some point I could get training to go in and monitor what's going on. And that's, like you said, your main concern about CBS is, how do we know when they're shooting, right? And, unless you're sitting there monitoring the server, you won't know, right? I don't think there's any alerts. Although, maybe we could set up an alert. I don't know. I'll have to talk to Jagadish about that this evening. So, yeah, I'll noodle on that and say, hey, can you send me an alert if this user or anybody associated with this organization starts a shoot? That would do it, right? I would have the alert to say, okay, they're starting a shoot. And then I could go get the shoot name and look at the logs and figure out if they're having trouble or not. So. The licenses always say inactive. Don't go by that. So if you only see CBS admin, then that's the user I set up for him, and it has his email address on it. Well, if that's the only user you see in that organization, then they haven't done anything yet, and I don't think they're going to start until today or tomorrow. So, because he just said, okay, we'll get on it, but that usually means a day or two. Oh, I'll know about that. I will absolutely know about that because I check the dashboard probably 2-3 times a day, trying to see if there's anybody new on, if there's just anything new. So I try to do that like checking my bank account, So yeah. Yeah, just trifold it, put it in there so nobody gets it. When does your mailman come? Okay. That's fine. Okay. Well, I mean, look, one way or another, even if you're not at home, I can hang out for, an hour till you get home. I ain't worried about it. So anyway, leave it in the mailbox. If you forget, don't worry about it. Yeah, I'll be in town. Yeah. Cool, man. Good luck. All right, bye. Howdy, howdy. All right, so it looks like Nick's got the interview, so it's you and me with Mailer, and I'm bringing Samana. So. I'm bringing Samana. I'm not bringing lunch. Okay, I'm gonna share. Hey, I'm gonna. There it is. Wasn't that long. One. It take forever. and Facebook will switch before. Oh, we just dropped. We'll switch before